Welcome to Memoirs of a Twisted Mind. I'm your host, Eddie Stanley. Today, I want to talk about something that I noticed. I really want to talk about hookup culture. Yeah, hookup culture. I actually want to put a different spin on it. Um, just being the average dude, hookup culture is fun. Not even gonna lie. For men, it's fun. For women, it's fun too. But I want to talk about the downsides of it, or the downside of it. The downside of it for men. And to actually back up some of the claims, or I ain't gonna say claims, but some of the things, because I did minimum research. Dr. Stephen A. Diamond ended up coming out with a little article book type thing, like I said, minimum research, where he talks about sleeping with numerous people can actually have an effect on you health wise. I mean, of course, everybody know about the STDs and all that stuff, but like mentally, it can really mess with you because we look for now with hookup culture and what toxic toxic masculine modern day feminists want you to believe is just do the same thing as guys do when it comes to that. As a guy, it makes us look at you different. You can say, oh no, I'm just doing the same thing, but we look at you different. You can say, oh, it's the male ego because no, because like we understand the factor of a bond is going to get disconnected somewhere because the instant and superficial gratification of being having this hookup culture, yeah, is instant. You get it. It actually helps the dopamines in your system to make you feel just love and joy and comfort and intimacy and affection, but it also gives you the downfall. As a guy, I can sit here and yeah, I'll talk about me first. Me personally, I am a demisexual. I need an emotional connection before I do anything with a female. Is there something wrong with me? No. Is there something wrong with you if you are that person? No. I have participated in hookup culture, and for me to be that person to say that, it left me empty. It left me where I didn't have a connection of, was I just using this person as a toy? Was it just that instant gratification that actually broke down me to actually have to deal with the loneliness, the depression, the anxiety, the am I good enough? All these questions where most females go, oh yeah, he's trash. Well, I felt like trash. I felt like garbage. I felt like, what am I actually doing? Well, I have to go get tests and all that stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm sleeping with this female, but who else has she slept with? Which brings me to females. Y'all are the most nurturing gender, love, affection, all that stuff. Hookup culture does a lot more damage to you than it does men because it makes y'all feel like, okay, yeah, I'm getting this right now. But then once you start getting later in life, you start looking because you went through your 3 or 4 phase of going, there's a lot of guys I actually ran through that could have actually treated me like how I feel, but now let me just take this to actually deal with the depression. Let me take this to deal with the anxiety. Let me take this to deal with all the pain, whether it's alcohol, weed, harder drugs, just to make me feel where I don't have to think about how I feel. And yes, trauma can play a huge role on both sides. Both sides. And it's so messed up because the media push a narrative of making you think that this is how you're supposed to be as men. You're supposed to be the person that does this. You're supposed to be the person that actually do. I agree. You are supposed to be an alpha male. But if that's not you, it is okay. It is okay if you don't do the same thing as your male friends do. It's okay where if you say, you know what, I'm goal oriented first, this will come later, but I know that one person that's going to think like me and act like, or I ain't gonna say act, but think like me is going to be in the same boat. And then guess what? Y'all jail. Y'all don't have to worry about emotional bonds being broken. Why? Because hookup culture actually makes it where you lose that bond. Every time you're with somebody, they take a piece from you or you take a piece from them, which means that that female, you take on that baggage. You might be the dude that you're the last one that she said you're going to do this to, that you're going to do this to me. Same thing with females. You could get a guy that busts out and say, you know what, I'm tired of this, you're going to be mine, and then crap gets everywhere. It is real dangerous to play with your life with hookup culture. And in so many levels, it's fine. It's cool. You got this. Because what Dr. Stephen A. Diamond ended up saying, I had to think of his name. When and if the individual wants that relationship, is going to be hard because the mapping of your brain, the hard wiring in your brain that you actually has to really get rid of during hookup culture to say, hey, I need to be with this person. This is the person I want to be with. One thing that they do that you may not like, or one flaw that that person show, you're not the person for me, I need to go. And guess what? It's easier because you don't have to work anything out. Because as females, you're boss babes. You can find another dude. And then 2 years later, you see that dude doing something different. You're looking going, what did I miss out on when I'm stuck with this dude that I'm trying? Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep him, but I'll try to get back with him and see if I can. But of course, I got my backup. And if not, there's always more. Until you reach a certain age and then you realize that your options are gone. And that goes for men and women. Your options start to dwindle. Well, more so women than men. But I can say it was a good handful of females that I can say they got away. But yet, it was for the better because I wasn't in a place, because I was still hardwired into this hookup culture of going, oh, I need to have multiple, I need to do this, which I am still polyamorous. It's just now I have to actually make sure that the person that I'm looking for is good with the other person we're looking for, and vice versa. It's not just a hookup thing. And the reason why we have so many divorces, even though it's starting to come down, because people are starting to realize hookup culture is very, very lonely. This has been Memoirs of a Twisted Mind. I have been your host, Eddie Stanley. The question I got for you is, what you gonna do different today?